So here on this channel, we know that Trump is nothing but a snake. All right? He pretends like he's some kind of truther and yells out fake news, but he's nothing but a snake in disguise. And that's why he was doing that snake poem all the time at his rallies. So if you know my videos, you know I have two predictions. One is somehow Elvis manifests his image or his name, somehow has a connection to this catastrophic event that's going to happen around June 11th in Seattle that involves the Space Needle. And the second prediction is Donald Trump gets his head wound in Ohio on August 4th. And August 4th is Obama's birthday. Trump gets his head wound on 8/4 and he survives the head wound. And speaking about Ohio and snakes, look, there's this place called the Serpent Mound in Ohio, and it's a historical marker, okay? And, you know, it's got the name Serpent in it, man. And the reason it's famous, I guess it's really, really old, and it's some kind of grassy area that has, like, it goes up the grass, like it's like a hilly grass area, and it looks like a snake, and it looks like it's, see, there's the snake's head right there, and there's the tail. And that's what I was trying to say, I guess. The hilly grass areas, I guess it's called a mound. But the reason I wanted to emphasize the mound is because it's going to come into the picture in a minute. Because there was a pitcher, and you know, pitchers, they stand on a mound. Okay? There was this pitcher who played for the California Angels, or the Anaheim Angels, and his number was 45. Okay? And I told you Trump is the 44th person to become president, but he's the 45th actual president to take office. So this is Trump they're talking about, the 45. Okay? And he's an angel. A fallen angel, because he died. And I could show you all kinds of connections to the dates and everything, but I'm not going to do that. I just want to show you that he died and he's a fallen angel because he died and he had the number 45. And where that angel player died, he played for this team, the Angels, right? And look, they have this structure. It's called the Big A. Okay? And look at this thing. It looks just like the Space Needle. Okay, have you ever seen the Space Needle? Look, you see? It has that same structure, like a halo on the top. It's a big A with a halo. That's what this is. It's a big A, the Space Needle. But I do have to show you that Space Needle equals the exact same as the word fallen angel. Okay? Do you understand? Fallen angel equals the exact same as Space Needle. Look at the numbers, same thing. So when you see this pitcher who died, and he died in 2019 while Trump was president, he's got the number 45 for Trump, and he's a fallen angel. Do you understand? And you have this Space Needle looking like, I mean, this structure that looks like the Space Needle. And I told you Space Needle equals fallen angel. You see what I'm saying? It's a big A. And remember, he's a pitcher who's on a mound. And here's another pitcher who's holding his head because he was struck by a pitch. And this just happened, this past year. And look, he plays for the Oakland A's, a different baseball team. And like I said, he was hit by a baseball after he made a pitch. So what I'm saying is he got a head wound. And look, the team's logo is again an A. Do you get it? And this guy, he was born on February 22nd. And George Washington's birthday is celebrated on 2/22. So this guy who got hit by the line drive baseball, who got the head wound, he didn't die. He was born on Washington's birthday. And remember, he plays for the big A. And I told you the A, it represents the Space Needle, the A, because it looks kind of like an A if you look at it right here, with a halo on the top. And where was this baseball player born? Look at that. He's born in Toledo, Ohio. Do you see? And I told you Trump's going to get his head wound in Ohio. And these two guys were both pitchers, okay? One died and one survived the head wound. And when this guy died, the Angels one, the fallen angel, they put all the numbers, the players all wore the same number in one of the games, and they even put all their jerseys on the mound, you see? And you know, the mound, it's a big circle, just like the top of the Space Needle. Like if this was a needle right here, it would look just like the Space Needle, the top of it, on a mound. Basically, the mound represents, you know, the person being on top of, you know, on top, the king of the hill, technically. And the Angels that night, when they wore the number 45 that I just showed you, where all of it was laid on the mound, look who they beat. It was their first home game after that guy's death, and they beat Seattle. I mean, can you believe this, man? I mean, come on, folks. Use your brains, man. And look at the score, 13-0. And this day was this guy's birthday that night. His birthday was on 7/13. That's the night they played this game. The guy who died. And you know the letter A is the first letter, so it's number 1. And the pitcher, the position, they call the pitching position the number 1 position. Okay? A1. Do you get it? And you know the president, when he was president, Trump, when he got the sickness, you know what I'm talking about, the sickness, he got it. He spent like 3 days or whatever, and then he got out on 10/5. Okay, he got it in October. Look at the date he went in, October 2nd. So it's the 222 number, you see that? Because the next year is 2022. So he goes in on October 2nd, and you know what happened that day on October 2nd? Sorry about the bad quality, but anyway, you know what happened on that October 2nd date? This pitcher, who was not playing anymore when this happened, okay, when Trump went into the hospital on October 2nd, on this day, this guy, who was no longer playing in the major leagues, he's an old dude. He died on that day, this pitcher. And look at the number he's wearing, okay? The 45. You see, that's his name, Bob Gibson. And he died that day, October 2nd, 2020. Which is the day I told you Trump went in to Walter Reed because he had the sickness. See, what they were doing is, this was a ritual of what's going to happen to Trump. See, something happens to him on August 4th, and then on 8/7 or 8/8, most likely 8/8, 4 days later after he gets his head wound, he, you know, comes out of his coma or something. He makes a miraculous recovery. Anyway, like I said, this dude died, and he's a pitcher, and he wore the number 45. It represents Trump, who's the 45th president. Anyway, he dies on October 2nd, 2020, the day he went in. And look at this. He died November 9th. And you know, 1935 is the year Elvis was born. in 1935. And look at this. He dies with the 9/11 backwards. 11/9, 9/11. You see that? And he was born in Omaha. And why is that important? Well, one thing, Omaha is the 402 area code, and I told you the 42 number is really important, and the O is a crown. Okay, but that's not the only thing. Omaha sounds like Obama, and Obama's born on August 4th, the day Trump gets his head wound. And if you've been watching my videos on this channel, then you'd know that Omaha was a horse who won the Triple Crown the year Elvis was born. Do you see how everything connects? Omaha. And that picture, he was born in Omaha in 1935. That same year that Omaha won the Triple Crown. This is ridiculous, man. And I told you, Omaha sounds like Obama. It's only one letter off. And I told you, Obama's born on August 4th, the day Trump gets his head wound. 8-4. And how old was this guy when he died? This picture with the number 45. 84. There's your 8-4 again. Do you understand what I'm trying to show you here? And if you've seen my videos, I've shown you that Trump gave the Presidential Medal of Freedom to Elvis. Okay? Elvis has been dead for, almost 45 years. And, yet Trump was the first one to give him a Presidential Medal of Freedom. And he also gave it to Babe Ruth that day. That same day. And look, this is Babe Ruth in an old picture standing next to, this photoshopped, obviously, because this is an old picture of Babe Ruth. And the reason they're showing him next to this guy is the newest Angel sensation. Okay, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm showing him. And look, notice, first let me tell you about Babe Ruth before I tell you about him. First of all, his real name was George. Okay, and I told you that connects to Washington. Look, he died on August 16th, 1948. It's got the 8-4 backwards. And August 16th, the reason that's important, August 16th is the day Elvis died. Okay? And that's when Babe Ruth died. So isn't it interesting that he gave the Presidential Medal of Freedom on the same day to Babe Ruth and to Elvis? And Babe Ruth sounds like Beirut. And remember, there was a bombing on Beirut, in Beirut. And I'm born in Beirut, Lebanon. It was the biggest explosion we had ever seen, this Beirut explosion. And it happened on August 4th. 8-4 again, 2020. All right, so there's your 8-4-22, because that's when Trump's going to get his head wound, 8-4-22. And it happened in Beirut. That's why Babe Ruth, who died on the same day as Elvis, August 16th, was, given the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And Babe Ruth was a pitcher. But he played different, he played a few different things, but he mainly was a pitcher. And he was a home run king until Hank Aaron, who's also connected to this charade, because he wore the number 44, because I told you Trump is the 44 and the 45, and Obama was the 44th president. You know what I'm saying? It's because Trump is the 44th person to become president, and he's the 45th actual president. Anyway, so that's why Babe Ruth is connected to all this, because he was a pitcher. Anyway, like I said, this guy, this Angels player, he was the next standout after that Tyler Skaggs died. He was, he became the best player in the major leagues. And they were comparing him to Babe Ruth, this one guy right here. And look, they're even talking about it here with Babe Ruth. And look at this guy's name. That's why I'm bringing him up, okay? It's not a coincidence. His name is Shohei Ohtani. First of all, he's got the OH for Ohio abbreviation. But look, if you go to his first name and you start from the O, it's Ohio. right there in the middle of his name, you have Ohio. And why is this important? Because notice he's wearing the number 17. Ohio is the 17th state. And I told you Trump's going to get his head wound in Ohio on August 4th, 8-4. And you think it's a coincidence that there is a debate on whether Ohio should have been the 48th state instead of the 17th state because Congress didn't legally make it a state until way later. And that's why they're saying it should have been the 48th state. And there's your 8-4 again. Because I told you Trump gets his head wound in Ohio on 8-4. You see, there's the, right here, 1803 is when the Ohio legislature met for the first time. That's why they're saying that it should have been the 48th. You know, it's just a BS story. They just wanted to throw that 8-4 connection in there. And look, it says, who was the Angels' best pitcher 2021? Look, it's that Ohtani dude. And like I said, he has the Ohio in his name. And look, if you take out the Ohio part and you have the last four letters, T-A-N-I, because O-H is abbreviated for Ohio, right? So T-A-N-I, what does that equal? So look, T-A-N-I is the anagram for anti, A-N-T-I. But anyway, the last four letters, it equals 4417, 6428. And you know what equals the exact same? The word kill. Kill equals the exact same as anti or Tani, is, part of his last name. So remember, he's a pitcher on a mound, just like the Serpent's mound I was showing you in Ohio. He's wearing the number 17. Ohio's the 17th state. Okay? And his name has the Ohio in it. And the last four letters equals kill. So kill in Ohio. Do you get it? And the reason I was emphasizing that other guy, even though nothing happened to that other guy, the one I was just showing you, the Ohtani guy, I'm just trying to explain to you that he's an angel. Just like this guy was a fallen angel, the other one is, doing good and surviving. But what I'm saying is he's the Ohio connection, the other one. Oh, remember earlier when I showed you this guy who plays for the Oakland A's, and he was hit by a baseball on the head? And I told you he was born on Washington's birthday, and the place he was born in was Ohio. I forgot to mention the day that it happened was August 17th, okay? And why is that important? August 17th on our calendar would be August 4th on the old calendar. See, we were used to be Julian calendar, then we went to the Gregorian. So the day this guy got hit in the head and he survived the head wound was August 17th, and that's August 4th in the old calendar. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the day Trump gets his head wound, August 4th. And the only baseball player to ever die from a getting hit, this guy was actually hit by a pitcher. And his name was Chapman. Look at that. He's got the man. And when did this happen? Look at this. Look at the date of this one. It says August 16th. And I just told you that is Elvis's death date. And Babe Ruth died that day too. I thought it was August 17th. Yeah, see, I guess it happened on August 16th. And I think he died on August 17th. And look at this. He was a Cleveland shortstop. And Cleveland is this 216 area code in Ohio. I'm not sure exactly what's this, but if he's anyway, Cleveland, like I said, is a 216 area code. Yeah, that's right. The guy played for the Cleveland Indians. Again, what is the chance of this? And Look at this. Area code 216. And August 4th is the 216th day of the year. Which, of course, is Obama's birthday. And I told you Trump gets his head wound on August 4th. And I told you August 17th, the guy, I don't know if he died on August 16th or 17th. It doesn't matter. August 16th is Elvis' death date. And August 17th would be August 4th in our old calendar. Which I just showed you. Connected to that other pitcher who was hit by a baseball, and he was from Ohio. This guy. Chris Bassett. He's from Toledo, Ohio, see? And you see this right here? There's a big circle with a number 45. You see this? And look where this happened. This is in Israel. There was a stampede during some kind of religious festival, and 45 people were killed. And you see, I told you, it's a big circle, just like what they wear on their hat. I mean, on their head, a big circle, you see? That's a mound on their head. And the one person they highlighted, because see, this was a ritual, you understand? I told you 45 is the Trump connection. And the one person that they highlighted was a guy from Cleveland. And remember, this is in Israel. And this was, the guy who died was from Cleveland. I just got finished telling you the 216 area code is in Cleveland. And 216, the 216th day of the year is 8/4, which is the day I'm telling you Trump gets his head wound. And look at what the festival was called. It's called Lag Ba'omer. Sounds like Obama again. Do you understand? And look at this. It's celebrated on the 33rd day of counting of the Omer, which occurs on the 18th day. Look at that. Elvis is born on 1/8. Look at that. It's got the 18 connection. And it sounds like Obama. Lag Ba'omer. Obama. Anyway, the point I was trying to make is that it had the 45 people were killed, and they made a circle, and you know their caps are circles, just like the top of the Space Needle. A mound. And what's interesting is this occurred on April 30th, the 45 deaths, and April 30th is 45 days before Trump's birthday, 6/14. See, it's connected again to the 45. And you know the letter Q is associated with Trump because Q is the 17th letter and Ohio is the 17th state. That's what it's all about. That's why it was associated with him. And you know, if you say the last 4 letters after you say Q and then you say Anon, look, it equals 44, which I told you equals the word kill. So do you understand what I'm saying? So now when you see the Q, which is Ohio, the 17th letter, then you see the Anon, that means kill. Do you get it? Do you see how ridiculous this is? And I've shown you many times why Trump, see, Obama's the 44th president, right? But Obama's only the 43rd person to become president. So Obama's the 44, but Trump is the 44 also, because he's the 44th person and the 45th president. And the reason that happened is because of a guy named President Grover Cleveland. He served 2 non-consecutive terms. Okay, and look, it's the Cleveland connection again. You see that? Because Cleveland is the 216 area code, the 8/4, and Obama's born on 8/4. Do you understand, man? And 44 equals kill. Obama passes it over to Trump. Trump is the one who gets the head wound on Obama's birthday and the Cleveland connection. And you know my address on my driver's license that I showed you. It has Cleveland. I'm connected to this up and down. Do you guys understand that? Look at this. It's in 1884. There's your 8/4 connection. And 1/8 is Elvis, the day he was born. Everything is connected. And I've shown you that Ohio was trying to make Donald Trump's birthday, Trump Day in Ohio, June 14th. And I told you the Ohio flag looks like a snake's eye or a forked tongue. I mean, it looks like everything. Or it looks like you see right here, it looks like the top of the snake's head with the tongue sticking out. It could be any kind of, do you get what I'm saying? It could be anything, but it's like a snake. And they call it a burgie, this flag. And I showed you guys that burgie equals the same as the word father. Because I told you Trump thinks he's the Godfather. And remember I showed you this guy before? He was going around Ohio with Ohio license plates that said, "I'm God." And they made a big deal out of this story because they wanted him to change that license plate. And he won in court. The dude is a Kentucky man, but he was in Ohio doing it. You see? And the reason this is a story is because Trump is going to get his head wound in Ohio and he thinks he's God. That's the reason this is a story. Here's the license plate up close. Like I said, it's Ohio. And look at this. 3 and 1 equals 4, right? 3 plus 1. And look, it's got August tags. 807. And I told you Trump comes back either 807 or 88. Most likely 88. But look, it's got the August tag with the number 4 right here. You get what I'm saying? 3 and 1 equals 4. But anyway, the point is it was Ohio plates. And remember, I told you that the O's are crowns. And the big O is Elvis. The small O is Trump. And the middle O, look at that, H-I. Besides the word high, H-I is an abbreviation for Hawaii. And you know who was born in Hawaii was Barack. So it's got all 3 connections in the name Ohio. And Ohio and H-I equals 17. You see that? So it's the O-17-O. Can you believe this? And I just told you that Ohio's a 17th state. And I told you guys that L equals God in Hebrew. L means God. And E-L equals 17. And I told you Elvis died in Tennessee, which is the 16th state. And Trump's going to get his head wound in the 17th state. And that equals 33. You see? Folks, listen. I have hundreds of examples. But I don't want to go through every single one of them because I've already shown a bunch of them in my older videos on this channel. Okay? And there's some that I'm going to leave out no matter what. I'm not going to ever do it. But because all my videos got taken down, a long time ago. Not a long time ago. I mean, a while back, it got taken down, all my channels and videos. Anyway, the reason I'm emphasizing so much about the pictures in this video, okay, because it's going to come into play in one of my future videos very soon, okay? And it's going to amaze you. And if you're not amazed, you don't have a brain in your head. Anyway, like I said, it's all about the pitching, the pitcher, and the mound. Anyway, folks, end of video.